Great, thank you very much. So I'll give you a little bit more information on what we've done on the CS300. So basically in the baseline version now has 5 more seats, so it's at 135. It's at a 32-inch pitch, which is a standard in the industry. Also what's really more exciting is that we've been able, through being able to offer new seats at 28-inch pitch and the overwing exits, we can actually go up to 160 seats. And I have to tell you, normally people would say 28 inches would be not comfortable. I'm a pretty big guy, as you can see, and I fit in there very comfortably. So you have to really go and take a look. So really, this, as Mike mentioned, makes the aircraft, of course, more flexible because you can configure in different configurations, and also lowers the seat mile cost, which is very important, as we know, for our customers, and also just provides more flexibility for the platform. Very important, though. Same aircraft, really, just a little bit more optimization, and we're excited to be able to offer today to our customers. So how did we actually do this? So really it's focused in the center fuselage, where we actually were able to introduce a second pair of overwing exits. And so they're same actually doors, and you can either do it before delivery, or what's really unique also, we're first in the industry to be able to also, if an airline decides to take it originally without, and if later they want to introduce it into the product line, then we've enabled that. So it's actually retrofittable in service. Next slide. So what does this do from the seat mile cost? So this chart shows basically how we, us and the airlines industry, measures the cost operating cash for the operations in service. So the vertical is the seat mile cost, so how much it costs per seat in the aircraft to operate. And the bottom one is really by trip, the whole aircraft, what does the trip cost. So what's really exciting for us and for our airlines is that now the CS300 in the 160 seat configuration actually has the same seat mile cost as the 180 seat aircraft. And why is that important? Well, if you have routes that can't fill a larger aircraft, you can operate at the same cost advantage. So that allows airlines new opportunities and new routes that they could actually serve. So this basically makes a great aircraft already better. Next slide. So I guess you're following the industry pretty closely like we do. There's a lot of controversy right now in the industry about the technology that's applied to aircraft, and also the maturity that we offer. So we're going to take the opportunity to walk you through some of the critical and key technologies we have in the C-Series. And I'm going to tell you that we have a very rigorous process how we do this, and we are really, really satisfied with our choices and the choices that our teams made, and also all the work we've done to mature the technology. So these are I'm going to take you through one by one so you have a chance to get a little bit more detail. So starting with the front end of the aircraft, the cockpit, the flight deck. So really, we had a unique opportunity in the C-Series. And the reason is that, this is a new aircraft. We're not making it common to other aircraft. So we're able to take the lessons learned from the rest of the industry that we've learned over the last 25 years and combine it with a new technology. So the C-Series has really a really new standard in the industry, and we've had really excellent feedback from our customers. This flight deck, of course, is done in collaboration with our suppliers. So we're working with Rockwell Collins. So what I'm going to do is pass you over to Ken Statler. He's the Executive Vice President, Commercial Systems at Rockwell Collins. Give you a little bit more information on the background of our flight deck. Ken?
The entire Rockwell Collins team is extremely proud to be part of the Bombardier C-Series program. We will be bringing both our ProLine Fusion and also our primary flight control computer to the C-Series program. We have developed these technologies in a true partnership with Bombardier, and we remain totally committed to support the first flight in the June timeframe and the entry into service in the year to come.
Hey, thank you, Ken. Actually going on now to fly-by-wire. So this is now actually a standard in the industry. So we are able to, again, learn from the industry. So we have fly-by-wire on our aircraft. It's being provided to us by Parker Aerospace. So basically, we have had rigs running since back in 2011. There's actually 3 full rigs running down at Parker. So pretty exciting and intense times. And also here in Montreal at this site, we have Aircraft Zero, which you're going to have the opportunity to visit a little bit later this morning. And we also have the fully integrated system, and all the other systems are actually on that rig. So what I'm going to do is pass you over to Parker Aerospace. We have Mark Chaya who's going to give us an update from how it's going down at Parker. Mark?
I'm Mark Chaya, Vice President of Technology and Innovation for Parker Aerospace. Parker is pleased to be a proud supplier to Bombardier of the fuel system, the wing tank inerting, the hydraulic system, and the stick-to-surface fly-by-wire flight control system. This is a proven technology that is right for the market, and we are very excited to be working with Bombardier and the other partners on this aircraft on this outstanding C-Series airplane. We are aligned on our schedule, and we're putting together in the Systems Integration Lab the final touches on the flight controls here in Irvine to support first flight in the aircraft flying in June. Parker is pleased to be a supplier to Bombardier, and we look forward to the flying of this outstanding aircraft.
Thank you, Mark. So now moving on to the structures. C-Series, as you're aware, we actually have advanced carbon fiber wing, actually designed and built from our Belfast site. Totally new site built, really state-of-the-art facilities and also technology. It's actually our center of excellence for carbon fiber. I know they're listening to me this morning, so I know they're excited. They've done an amazing job for the C-Series. So I'm going to pass it over to Colin Elliott, who's going to give us a little bit more information on the background of the carbon wing and the progress, the good progress we have in Belfast. Colin?
Hi, I'm Colin Elliott, responsible for engineering and product development here at Bombardier Aerospace in Belfast. We're very proud to have designed and now to be producing the advanced composite wings for the C-Series. We're using a unique resin transfer and fusion process developed here in Belfast. We're delighted with the quality of the product and the progress that we're making. Everyone here is fully committed to the program as we move towards first flight and entry into service, and we look forward to delivering many wings over many years to come.
Thanks, Colin. Excellent job from the Belfast team. Moving on now to the systems a little bit more. So this is on the landing gear. It's actually with Dewar Aerospace based in Germany. Also, they provide the air management system, which is from Toulouse. And also, we have electric brakes that we've selected. So really, if I look at the technology of the landing gear itself system is really, I would say, evolution, like natural evolution and maturity of industry learning. So built on a very solid base. Electric brakes is new technology we selected. We selected it back in 2008. And just to explain the process, so once we selected it, we actually did ground tests with it to make sure that it's suitable. Then on this particular system, we actually flight tested it. So we modified the Global Express, installed the electric brakes, and did a full flight test program with it. And that was completed a couple of years ago. So this is the type of work we do in the background to really make sure the technology is mature. I'm going to pass you over now to Francis Nis, who's the president of Liebherr Aerospace and Transportation. So let's hear it from Francis.
We at Liebherr Aerospace are very proud and motivated to participate to the C-Series program. We are on board with two major systems, the landing gear system as well as the air management system. Liebherr Aerospace fully supports the C-Series overall schedule and especially the first flight and the entry to service. Our industrial capabilities will enable Bombardier to manufacture the aircraft according to the ramp-up required to fulfill the orders of its customers.
Thank you, Francis. Now moving over to the fuselage. So in the fuselage, we actually selected aluminum lithium for the main fuselage. We think it's a very smart choice. Very satisfied with it. We've already tested 3 lives. We built a barrel and tested it, so we already had the results. We were finished back in 2010. So that learning we were able to incorporate into the baseline C-Series. You'll see later the rear fuselage is in carbon fiber that's built in Saint-Laurent, and of course that's going well. As you know, the fuselage is also built, the sections are built in China, so we're very satisfied with the progress on that side. All the barrels have been delivering to our plan, so great job from the SAC team. So picture, you can see them celebrating some event before some of the deliveries out of China. So I'd like to pass over actually to Hugues Lassard from our facility in Saint-Laurent, where the cockpit and rear fuse is done. He's going to give us a quick update from the great progress from the team in Saint-Laurent.
I'm Hugues Lassard, Vice President responsible for the Saint-Laurent facility, home of the manufacturing of cockpit and composite aft fuselage assemblies. Today I want to show you FTV-5's cockpit, which is in the process of being prepped for delivery to Mirabel in the next few weeks. Operations here in Saint-Laurent are going according to plan and schedule. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Luke. So you can see people mention which unit. We have all little competitions inside, so I challenge who gets the units here first. So he's proud to mention he's on FTV-5. No pressure for the rest of the teams. Also, we'll talk about the empennage. So that's vertical and horizontal stabilizers. It's from Alenia, from Finmeccanica, and actually it's built on a mature, so third generation carbon fiber. They're actually doing really well. You'll have a chance to visit a little bit later. So I'm going to pass you over to Mr. Massimo Lucittini, who's the Chief Operating Officer of Air Macchi in Italy. Please go ahead.
My name is Massimo Lucchesini, Chief Operating Officer of Alenia Air Macchi. My company is very proud to participate in the Bombardier CSeries program and is fully confident in the commercial success of such program. The Bombardier CSeries will be among the single-aisle commercial aircraft more competitive in terms of fuel consumptions and direct operational costs, thanks to the propulsion system, to the adopted technologies, aerodynamics, structural solutions, and fly-by-wire flight controls.
Thank you, Maximo. So that's the baseline of the technology we selected on the aircraft. And now the most important one for the passengers, you and I when we travel, is really ultimately what the experience is, the cabin, the interior, and the whole environment that we provide. And really we're the first company in really the last 25 years that have really developed a new cabin. And so we actually started from the inside out. I know it's rather obvious, but that's not always the way aircraft are done. So what we've been able to offer really is truly a cabin that is bigger than any other cabin in the industry. So if you compare seats, overhead bin space, aisles, windows, you're going to see the CSeries is the best in class in all those categories. And so we're very satisfied. We have really great feedback from our customers. And I know that the traveling public's really going to appreciate when they have the opportunity to fly in the CSeries. I'm going to actually pass over to Mike McCarthy, who's Vice President of Product Development in C&D at Zodiac, California. Gave us an update from how it's going over there. Mike?
Zodiac Aerospace is the proud producer of the CSeries interior. Our responsibility includes industrial design, engineering, and manufacturing a fully integrated product. Our relationship with Bombardier spans over 4 decades. The trust and respect our companies have for each other really shines through in this beautifully styled interior. The design is spacious, extremely weight efficient, and offers unsurpassed comfort. Here at Zodiac, we are hard at work in the CSeries, and we are fully committed to supporting the upcoming flight test campaign. We are proud to be part of this amazing aircraft.
Thank you, Mike. So now moving on to the engine. Of course, the engine is a major part of any aircraft program. And what's really key for the CSeries was really the technology. Of course, it's a game-changing engine combined with a game-changing aircraft. And when you specifically size both the aircraft and the engine for the market segment and add this technology, you have a huge opportunity in terms of cash operating cost. And that's exactly what this combination of engine and airframe does. So I know Mike mentioned some numbers. So we have 20% fuel burn advantage. We have 50% less emissions. And we actually have a 4 times less footprint compared to aircraft that are currently in service. So really satisfied. Also, Pratt had a major milestone on the 21st of February. They announced the certification by Transport Canada for the GTF engine. So exciting time for us. And I'm just going to pass over to Bob Saya, who's a Vice President from Pratt & Whitney on their product development programs about this important milestone and the engine overall. Bob?
Hello, I'm Bob Saya, Vice President of Pratt & Whitney's Commercial Development Programs. Pratt & Whitney is very pleased to be providing propulsion systems to Bombardier for the CSeries program. The aircraft will be powered by Pratt & Whitney's geared turbofan engine, the PW1500G. The engine has recently been certified by the Canadian authorities, with the first 2 propulsion systems delivered to Bombardier and installed on the first CS-100 airplane. I am personally looking forward to seeing this aircraft complete its maiden flight later this year. I want to congratulate Bombardier for their program progress and readiness to that first flight.
Thanks, Bob. I'm pretty excited too, by the way. I know he's excited, but trust me, I'm more excited. So I'll take us an overview of the technology, where we are, the process, and you had a chance to see some of the suppliers as well, and how they're doing, giving an update directly from them. Now, schedule, of course, is also very important, as we all know. And so I'm going to update you kind of on the up to first flight, where we are, what our plans are. And you're going to have a chance to see it yourself a little later on this morning. So there are really three critical paths we have. So we have, of course, the test aircraft, the static test article, which is very important. And that's really to demonstrate the static strength of the aircraft. We have, of course, the first flight test vehicle. You see it's FTV-1, of course, getting that built and ready for flight test. As you can see in the blue, we're getting very close to the end of that blue line. And then I'll go to the bottom. We have aircraft 0. That's a system test aircraft, and that's actually making sure all the systems are integrated together. And then the other two blocks is really in preparation for flight tests. We always do things in advance to be ready. So you're going to see we have a simulator running, and we also have a flight test article from the CRJ that we have here in Mirabel, and we're practicing with that to get the teams ready and trained, ready to go when the C-Series takes the flight. So this is the structural test article. Inside it's, well, we could refer to it as CAST, meaning Complete Airframe Static Test Article. So it's a full structure. It's here in Montreal and Saint Laurent facilities. It's going well. The build was completed back in December of last year, and we've already completed 2 tests successfully. The first one was the pressure test. And I'm very happy to announce today that the actual most critical test, which is the wing max upbending test case, was completed successfully last Saturday. So great job by the Belfast, Montreal team, Saint Laurent team to make it happen. So here you can see the curve up, so it gets loaded like in-flight conditions. So it's the max ever load it could see in surface. And we test this. So just to give you an example, the wingtip deflection is approximately 5 feet. Of course, the engineers have this more precise, but it was actually within prediction and a very successful and key milestone for the program. This is aircraft 0, and again, you have a chance to visit this a little later today. So what this is, you saw a structures aircraft. This is a systems aircraft that has all the representative systems on there. And really, this is to, again, I want to make sure you understand, we have, each supplier has their own rigs that you saw in some of the videos. They run themselves, and that's to make sure their systems function correctly. This is to make sure it all works together. So we have all the systems, they're all production standard, and we integrate them. So we've already finished the first block of testing, and now we're actually in safety, starting a safety and flight testing, getting ready for flight tests. So great progress, and you will have a chance after to do a visit. This is the eSim engineering simulator. Actually, it was built by CE here in Montreal. And really, the plan for this really is that the strategy rather, was really to prepare the pilots to train, and it's ready to do that now. Actually, it's up and running. And we are already conducting safety of flight testing. And again, that's located here in Mirabel in our facility. And unfortunately, you won't have a chance to visit. This is running 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and it's with the size of group, but it's looking good and doing really well. Next slide. So that was really to give you a pretty, good update on the program, where we are, the technology in C-Series. So what I'd like to do now is invite Mr. Mike Arcamone, our President of Commercial Aircraft, to join me on the stage. Mike?
Thanks, Ron. Well done.
Thank you.
So to summarize, we continue to work with our suppliers to ensure commitments and the key milestones that Rob showed you are met. And we are very pleased with the high level of engagement throughout the supplier community. Overall, the feedback from all sites, as Rob mentioned, and our suppliers is very positive. I am pleased that some of our suppliers are here today with us to mark this great achievement. The C-Series aircraft program is making solid progress. You'll see for yourselves very soon. The first C-Series aircraft, it's on a way of achieving its first flight by the end of June 2013. for entry into service a year later. And for CS300, it will follow very closely and is still on track to meet its entry into service by the end of 2014. So Ron,
Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's do it. FTV1. So what do you think? What do you guys think of that? Believing is seeing. Well done, Ron. Well done, Thank you.